It began like any ordinary night on the quiet roads of Harrison County. The streets were empty, the air thick with the hum of crickets and the glow of headlights cutting through the dark. When the red and blue lights flashed behind Megan Ellis's car, she didn't hesitate. She slowed, pulled over, and rolled down her window like any law-abiding citizen would. The man who approached her vehicle wore a perfectly pressed uniform. His badge gleamed under the moonlight, his tone calm, rehearsed, official. "Good evening, ma'am," he said. "Routine traffic stop. License and registration, please." Megan complied. She didn't question it. Why would she? He looked like a cop. Sounded like one. But the man standing outside her car wasn't a police officer. And within weeks, his face would be tied to one of the most disturbing cases the state had ever seen. For months, women across Harrison County had reported strange encounters, late-night stops, always by an officer named Daniels. No tickets, no citations, just uncomfortable, probing questions about their lives, where they worked, if they lived alone, whether someone would be expecting them home that night. At first, the complaints were dismissed. There was no Officer Daniels in the department database, but officers assumed it was a prank, a man with a fake badge, a wannabe authority figure. Until one night, a nurse named Leah Porter vanished. She'd texted her friend around 10:47 p.m., getting pulled over. "Some cop says I was speeding. I'll call you after." That text was the last anyone ever received from her. When investigators checked with the police department, there was no record of a traffic stop at that location. But traffic camera footage revealed flashing blue lights, an unmarked cruiser pulling over Leah's car. Whoever this man was, he wasn't pretending anymore. Detective Rachel Ford was assigned the case. She'd seen impersonators before, but this one was different. Too precise, too methodical. He had real police-grade equipment. The car, the uniform, even the voice of authority. When she traced the vehicle's VIN, it led her to a decommissioned police cruiser, one sold in auction months earlier. The buyer? A man named Ethan Cole. On paper, he was an IT contractor. But years ago, he'd worked for the city's police database division, the digital nerve center where every officer's report, every record, every case file lived. As Detective Ford dug deeper, a horrifying pattern began to emerge. Ethan had been using his old credentials, which were never properly revoked, to access restricted databases. He wasn't just looking up random people. He was profiling them. Teachers, nurses, social workers, women who lived alone, worked late shifts, and drove predictable routes home. He knew everything about them before he even pulled them over. Their addresses, emergency contacts, even photos from their driver's licenses. And with each new search, another woman disappeared. The break came from an unexpected source, a local mechanic. A man had brought in a car with a shattered headlight. It matched the make and model of Leah Porter's missing vehicle. When the mechanic ran the VIN, his stomach dropped. It was Leah's car. He gave the receipt to police. The name on it was Ethan Cole. By the time they reached his house, Ethan was gone. But what they found inside chilled everyone who entered. The house sat at the edge of a wooded road, quiet and unassuming. Inside, everything was neat, almost sterile, like someone trying too hard to appear normal. But the basement told the real story. Soundproof walls, recording equipment, medical restraints bolted to the floor, and on the far wall, rows of fake police badges, IDs from different states, and uniforms neatly hanging as if part of a private collection. On a cluttered desk sat a laptop, still open and logged into the live police database. He'd been monitoring active investigations, deleting his own digital footprints, and reading internal memos about himself in real time. He was following the detectives who were trying to catch him. Then came the file, a single folder labeled Targets. Inside were photos, addresses, and background information on multiple women. 3 of them were missing, and one more name stood out, Detective Rachel Ford. It was clear she was next. Ethan Cole was eventually tracked to a small roadside motel 2 towns over. When officers stormed his room, he was sitting on the bed, calmly typing into his laptop, trying to log into the police Wi-Fi network. He didn't resist arrest. He didn't deny anything. During interrogation, he spoke with a chilling detachment. When asked why he did it, he simply said, "They were easy to find. The system told me who they were. I just listened." Forensic teams later discovered that Ethan had accessed over 300 restricted files during his spree, many belonging to women who had reported traffic stops that police initially ignored. The missing women's bodies were found buried in a remote field. Their jewelry and personal effects were neatly cataloged in Ethan's home, like trophies. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The investigation led to sweeping reforms in how police databases are secured, but for the families of those women, the damage could never be undone. Sometimes, evil doesn't hide in the shadows. It hides in plain sight, behind flashing blue lights, a calm voice, and a badge that looks just real enough to trust. So the next time you see those lights in your mirror, remember, not every uniform is worn by someone sworn to protect. If this story sent chills down your spine, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another true crime story that exposes the monsters hiding behind the masked authority. Because sometimes, the most dangerous predator is the one wearing the badge.